practice grade. Check, minus, check. Grab a seat. We'll talk about that together because everybody's probably wondering it. Hey, Aiden asked a really good question that I'm not sure if we've covered in any of your classes yet, since math is not actually live. Homework does get a grade, but it's practice grade. So it's graded on a scale of check, you did it to the standard we wanted. Check minus, you need to go back and fix some things. Check plus, being you went above and beyond what we asked for. Sorry, I'm not even that loud today. I said sorry, I'm not even that loud today. Mrs. Collin got mad at me yesterday because I yelled. Some of you guys probably heard. I got really excited in my high school math 2 class and was way too loud. So, don't super stress out about your homework. And math isn't even up yet. I can't put grades in math yet. So I'm going to grade them and put them in my own spreadsheet this weekend. But if you didn't turn something in today, if you need to get it to me Monday, it's okay. All right? We don't want school to be any more stressful than it needs to be. So right now, you at your desks need 1 sheet of graph paper out for you and 1 out for your team. And then choose who's going to be your team scribe, which means you write for the team. Name tents out, please. I see Brendan's got his name tent out. Ava's got his name tent. Ethan and Adrian have their name tent. Addison's got his name tent. All right, now I need everybody with me. Take a deep breath in. Big breath out. Deep breath in. Big breath out. Nobody freak out. Head your group paper with team homework mastery and today's date. This is going to be our first mastery in math, but I don't even know if I'm going to put it in math. I haven't quite decided. Don't celebrate because I might. I mean, either way, I mean, you could celebrate for putting it in math. Yeah, good grade. We're going to do awesome. We'll be great. So, this is my second year through CPM. Right? I've got my feet under me now. I'm kind of trying to figure some stuff out. And to make sure that we're actually paying attention on homework, bless you, and learning the stuff we should be learning, from the math notes boxes, I'm going to try to, every week, if we don't have an actual mastery that week, do a mini mastery. Now you could label this like mini mastery, but I didn't want to put a bunch of words up there. So we're going to do a team homework mastery, no notes, no homework out. The only thing that you should have out is like blank graph paper, essentially, and we're not using calculators. I made the numbers easy. Okay, I made the math easy to work with, no decimal issues, no fractions. Well, there's some fractions in your work, but you will end up with whole numbers in the end. I promise you your answers are whole numbers. If they're not, you did something wrong.
Isn't there supposed to be 1 person writing?
For the team right now, so 1 sheet of paper is going to get turned in for your table team. So right now, whoever you guys decided to be the scribe needs to head it, and then put team and whatever you are. Team 9s or 10s or jacks, queens, kings, aces, whatever card you guys were, that's what you need to label it for your team. So I can give it back to you next week.
Wait, but do we all write that?
Only 1 person's writing right now. Only 1 person at your team is writing right now. This is not notes. We're taking a team mastery. Only 1 person's writing right now. Actually, to help us, write down everybody's names that's in the group. Just first names. But like here, go ahead and write down like Joey and Greta and write down everybody's names just real quick under here. Sorry, now my lines are goofed up. But write your names. Name. And if you don't know somebody's name, ask them. You should know everyone's name. Or ask them to get their name tent out. Aiden, what's up?
So does it matter if it's like a cards or anything?
No, the suit doesn't matter. It's just numbers. So, our first question, I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes to solve this before we move on, is already posted up here, so you can dive into it whenever you want, whenever you have everyone's names down. Remember, only 1 person is writing right now. You are turning in 1 of these for your group. You are working together, and you need to agree on your answers. So if somebody doesn't agree, support why you don't agree, and try to guide them through the right way. I'm going to give you at least 3 minutes to do this one, probably longer. let me explain a little bit about today's class, and then I'll just let you guys go. We are breaking up lesson 115 into 2 days. So it'll be today and Monday. Your homework will be the same on Monday. I don't like giving Friday homework. So you could either think about today having no homework, but you need to write down the assignment because you have to have what I have on my assignment board. And then you could just do the homework on Monday, or you can do the homework over the weekend or today in AO or whatever, and then you're done and you won't have homework Monday, or you could keep getting ahead next week. So, I don't want you guys to be like, man, Mr. Hudson, don't be mad at me. I'm trying to make your life easy, right? So your homework, either you can do it over the weekend or Monday or whatever. It's flexible. Everybody should have everyone's names written down by now, because even if you didn't know it, you could just show them your name tag. Dive into the quiz. Try to speak quietly enough that the groups around you aren't going to hear your conversations. I'm going to come around the room, and if you have questions, you can ask me, but only if you've talked to your group about it already. Okay? Your first problem is to figure out the median and the mean for this set of numbers. And my advice would be copy down the set of numbers and first make sure that you have all of them, then work with it on your paper. I need to see some work. I don't need to see like all of the work, like say you're like adding a bunch of things up. I don't need to see all that necessarily. But we're not using calculators, so you might write it all out. Dive in. I will scroll so we can see problem 2 here in just a minute. But dive into this with your group all together. Well, don't fool me. This is just how my planning worked out. I can split the lesson into a quiz today. Is that important? What is it? So, by the way, other people can be writing, but you're just turning in one page. So it's not like only one person's allowed to write. Other people can be solving stuff, but I only collect one sheet from the team. No, you should have used it on your homework, and you should know it by now. So what is median? So I think you know what you need to do first.
That's an app.
Yeah. So talk as a team, make sure everyone agrees. We doing right here? Doing right here?
This is the mean middle number. Right there.
Have you asked your team yet? Oh, you're not allowed to use your textbook. You should use your textbook on your homework.
But I read the thing on the homework and the average.
Chat with your team, bud.
That's what
Chat
I'm
with your
saying.
team.
Okay, so this is 10 on my homework. It says median equals this instead of this.
You're not talking to me, we're talking to your team right now.
You have the cards paper?
Yeah, right behind the oh, it's, I got some out right here. Who lost those?
No, for
Oh, I don't. This is more white. Those are like resume paper. But this is probably thicker than the resume paper. This should be good. Hey Madison, if you want a better name tag, you want a sheet of this? Do you want what happened to your name tag? You don't even know. These Madison have. Alright, what's your question? You should have used your annotations box while working through the homework. On day 1 of class, what did I tell you guys about your name tents? You should always have them, and what else can you do with them for chapter 1?
Oh, I know. You can
Natalie was listening. You can write anything you want on the back of them and use them as a cheat sheet. So if you had realized doing mean or median or whatever else was difficult, and you wanted to try to remember it, you could have put that on your cheat sheet. So one of the things about this quiz today is helping you develop some strategies as we move forward into the future. If you do something on your homework that you didn't know how to do previously, and you're not sure if you'll know how to do it in the future, you should write down the process to make sure that you'll remember how to do it in the future. Question 2 is area and perimeter. So I'm going to move so you can see parts A and B, but still see the set for number 1. Everybody should really have these numbers copied down by now, so I'm going to give you about a minute more, and I'm going to scroll the rest of the way down the screen. So please make sure you have the set of numbers copied down. I'll go ahead and just tell you there are 7 numbers. You want to make sure you have all 7 numbers on your page. Anybody need me to leave the numbers up, or can I scroll the rest of the way down? Do you not have them copied down? Please pay attention to labels. I have 3 different labels here. Your goal, I can't do that. I have to use my computer. Find the perimeter and area of each of these shapes. Is this familiar to anything that we did this week? That one homework assignment, right? So we're going to do this until 9:30. Let's just go ahead and say we're going to do this till 9:30. So you have about 7 minutes left.
Mr. Shoup to the office, please. Mr. Shoup.
I'm being too nice, but if your team needs, you may send one person up to look at the TV. Your math notes box is on the TV. I'm being too nice.
You're right in front of it.
Don't. Well, if you need to, if you can't see, because I mean, but people ask, can we use our book? Can we use our math notes? No, but I'll put that there. That's what you should have used on your homework. Perimeter and area. So perimeter, all the way around. Area, how much is on the inside? Okay, you can choose. Always start by writing those numbers. My advice. races always start with the formula that uses the letters. These aren't smiley faces. These are just circle dots that I'm using for my next class.
Can you actually like have some like after actually working we're having your
About 4 minutes.
What? Okay, so 70 and divided by
That's okay. Yeah, I just need one sheet. Yeah, I did. This was high school prom. But the coolest part of it. But I don't know why she married me. I like the color. So that's like you just picture it. Look what happened to my hair. I used to have more of it. She asked me if I would like it. I used to wear it differently. Format stingray. Oh yeah, my wife's not good. Alright, you guys care to see one for best and I have to show everybody. My wife got me this format stingray. 69. She is very pretty. I know that car is awesome. Corvette Stingray, 69. Kind of looks the body style of the Porsche. Corvette Stingray. Stingray is the type of Corvette. No, my grandpa was fixing that for a friend, so he asked me if I could take it from him. You get shocked when you take a fancy car from him. 2 minutes! Your 2-minute warning. Yeah, but you're turning one page as a team. Like, not one page each, but just one team page. Median is also the middle of the highway, that cement wall. That's literally called the median. 30 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Take your more time. We're going to class. You got these papers. You write really light. It's very hard to see. If you could do me a favor and try to press a little harder, my eyes are not as young as they once were. No, we still have like 20 minutes. Get out your sheet of graph paper. Head it with, because you should already have it out. I asked you at the beginning of class. Head it with today's date, 8/24. Today's topic. That's right. We're investigating number patterns. Did you guys bring your what's the thing called that you like look? No,
Eyeglass?
magnifying glass.
I said it.
We're gonna be an investigator. All right, so with me. Hey, I know we just like talked to each other for about a half hour, but now we're with me. We got to do a little bit of stuff kind of quickly. We're breaking this lesson into 2 days. We still got to cover some stuff today. Investigating. Actually, I should probably bump this back up one size bigger. Investigating number patterns. And actually, you probably already had a little bit of this in your homework. I forget if it was 114 or 115, so it might be tonight that you have it in your homework. It was 115. And then what's our first problem? 140. Right, so label that. Remember, you don't have to have your name on your notes. Would anybody like to read? Anybody feeling alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic this morning? We had a camp song that was like alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic. Did you sing that at your camp? Or you want to read?
I want to read.
Natalie, read. Big paragraph here. In the past.
Okay, in the past, you have looked at many number patterns
Hey.
and answered.
Natalie's reading. Speak up, please.
Okay, in the past, you have looked at many number patterns to answer questions or to find the next part of a sequence. Have you ever taken a moment to consider how amazing the mathematics in those patterns? Today you will investigate number patterns and learn about equivalent ways to write the same number. As a team, you will work to justify why two representations are the same and share your reasoning. In this course, you will often be asked to explain your reasons and justify your answers. When you are reasoning and justifying, you will focus on what makes a statement convincing or how you can explain your idea. As you look at patterns tonight, ask your team these questions to help your guide conversation. Oh,
Yeah, question 1.
what can we predict about the next number in the pattern? And 2, how can we justify our answer?
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Natalie. I can't read everything all the time because, well, you'll notice as we go through the year, like, teaching is not a super hard job, but the hardest part on it is probably like our voice. So I like to let you guys help out when we can. So we should have 1-40 numbered, and I'm going to throw this up on the TV so we can take notes. Go ahead and write down number A. Go ahead and write down number A. Now, just go with it. I would maybe advise. I just closed it. All right. Hopefully you have a book at your desk. All right. Modifying on the fly. You and your team look at A, B, and C. You should have a book at your desk. If you don't, that's not my fault. Look at A, B, and C. Then, once you solve those, and you may use a calculator if you need. Once you solve those, see if you can make any predictions. Work through like D, E, F. I got to get our page pulled back up. That was the worst thing that could have happened, Mr. Smith. Closed it down. I was trying to make it bigger, and I closed it. Rookies. Have you ever driven a computer before? Jeez. I want to be bigger in people.
That's what I'm saying.
Just for show purposes, maybe. Right. You might just feel like an old deck of actual cards. You think you get on them. What's up? What? Oh, that's fine. Now, I'm not advising that you go back and erase, but sometimes in math it helps to not have everything pushed as far left as possible. So I'm going to put this kind of middle. What is 1 times 8 plus 1? 9, right? That should be pretty easy. But then 1, 2, right? 12 times 8 plus 2. Interesting. What's 12 times 8? 12. Yeah. Yeah, that's a tough one. Plus 2?
98. Yeah,
Brain smarts. Ah, now hold up. Somebody just said something really important. Joey, what about its PEMDAS? We have to do the multiplication before the addition. Be very careful about this. You will get the wrong answer if you don't do it in the right order. It really does make a difference. So then C is 1, 2, 3, 123 times 8 plus what now? 3. Now this probably needs a calculator. 123 times 8, Eva? 987. Did you already add the 3?
Yeah.
So 987. Keep going, because you just typed it in a string, probably. What you did. Yeah, then plus 3. We're going to do that plus 3. So 984 plus 3 gets you 987. Dude, are you so stressing out about your homework? You don't need to go back and check. I don't check homework really for accuracy. I check if you're doing it, especially now that we talked about mean versus median. Don't go back and change answers. Don't spend your time doing that. You're good. Don't worry. You're good. Is there anyone who didn't do D yet? Mr. Smith, you don't have a calculator back there. If I had you look at A, B, and C, can you make a prediction about D? You reckon you could? What do you reckon your prediction might be?
9,876.
Ooh, is that the same thing that people got with the calculator? Now, I guarantee that if Mr. Smith really tried, he could do that math like on paper or in his head, maybe, but not that fast. How did he make this prediction? And or I'll extend this, and then I'll take an answer. Hold on. No calculators. Hands off calculators right now. What if I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 8 plus 5? Now I'm going to put this in red because we're predicting. We're not actually going to calculate it. I just called her Mr. Smith, so I need a girl. Let's do. I keep forgetting her name. Ava? No, Ava's over there. Are you? You're not Ava. What? Skylar. Darn it. Well, you had that flipped over. Sorry, Skylar. What do you predict? Somebody with a calculator, check that. Then, nice. Independently, which means you're not talking with your group, independently write down what you see. It doesn't have to be the same as anybody else, just what do you notice about this pattern that we kind of see emerging? We did 1 times 8 plus 1 got 9. 1, 2 times 8 plus 2 got 9, 8. 1, 2, 3 times 8 plus 3 got 987. 1, 2, 3, 4 times 8 plus 4 got 9876. So on you're just writing right now. We'll talk about it in a moment, but you're just writing. What do you observe? What do you recognize? There's no right or wrong here. Well, if I'm looking at this, I see 1, 9, and 2, and then 1, 1. Right? 2 ones. It does not go up by 1. So, if you let me finish a sentence, if you interrupt me, I'm going to help you, okay? You trust I'm going to help you? 1, 9 plus 2, you get 11, right? Which is just 1, 1. If you want to say it in a different way. So, what I noticed is in the answer that relates back to this part of the problem that I could like relate with each other.
Are we running a mile today?
This is 1, 2, 3 times 9 plus 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 9. Or sorry, times 9 plus 5.
Okay, anyway.
I'm getting the amount of ones equal to the number I add. Then I do this multiplication. And this number is always 1 after what I add. Right? So I agree. There's not an easy way to know what's the answer, but it's all how do you use it. There's not right, wrong answer here. I just want to know how do you interpret that pattern. So in my head, I would say if we keep the same pattern going, probably like the expanding first number or whatever, multiplying by 9 pattern and then plus the next number. That would probably come to 1. So I could also just show an example and say like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 9 plus 6. Yes, 6 ones. So you could also
That
say
negative people, right?
and then I know that you know.
I'm pretty sure. No, they're right. It is recent.
Yeah, so some patterns are limits.
Yeah. Oh, that's because the number's too big. We'll talk about scientific notation later in the year.
All right, we are not even going to check this problem. The point of going over this problem is also to prep you for the homework, which Brandon and I were just having a great conversation back there about. 45 on your homework. Does not really have a right-wrong answer. I just want to see how you interpret, like, recognizing mathematical patterns. So whether you show like I did, and this wasn't really E, I shouldn't have written E there, but whether you show kind of like what I did with, okay, if I extend this pattern, I predict this, and then it checks out, right? I check it with a calculator and it checks out. So in the homework, and I'm going to scroll there on the TV real fast, when you look at 45 and it asks you like, okay, what patterns do you see? Write your answer in complete sentences. Then discover if your predictions were correct. You can write whatever you like. If you were having a conversation with me, okay, what I see is da 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 da. Like, you don't have to be super technical. Just act like you were talking with me. Then in B, show me a couple examples of you extending that pattern out. We go back up here to 41. Let's move on in our notes to 41. So label that, please. We're going to start to look at some really cool relationships. No calculators, because I don't want anyone discovering it before we get there. So no calculators. Wait for me. No calculators. Everybody write down 1/9. 1/9. Guys, I don't really want to change groups so we can, especially since your guys' grades are all going to be the same, and that would be really complicated. 1/9 when we type it in the calculator, because I don't want people working ahead here, gives us Okay, I was going to keep going on the chalkboard, but we kind of don't have that much time. Your calculator will probably put dot, dot, dot. You can either use dot, 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 or what's the other way to show that this thing keeps going like this, Eva?
You put a line on top of the line.
The line. So if you weren't in a calculator, you might see something where the line, the repetend, that's what that line is called. So please write down at least a couple of these decimal places. You don't need to write down like 20 of them. But write down 0.111, maybe like 3 of them, and then dot, 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 or put the line above it. Either way. It is totally your choice. 2/9.
I get it.
You don't even know what that reference is, probably.
Yeah, I mean, fine, loser.
Do you know what movie it's from?
I remember seeing
What?
a
You have no idea what it's from.
I might know.
What movie is Bye for You from?
Hold on, I have to think of it. I've heard it.
It's from before you were alive.
Hold on.
remember the name, but
I'm trying to think.
my almost stepmom showed me a video of it.
Hold up. We only got like 3 minutes. Well, I got 4 minutes. Actually, today's classes are a couple minutes longer because it's a Friday. No, way before that. Wait, you guys were not alive.
We don't. I don't.
Hey, we're gonna do the math. We can pick this conversation up on Monday.
Like the Abraham Lincoln.
Well, are you guys talking about the math or no? All right, I'm talking about the math now. My brain is shutting down. Anybody have a prediction now that we've seen 1/9 and 2/9 to be able to think about 3/9? Brody? 0.33. By the way, this 0 is important. If there is nothing before the decimal, we put the 0. That 0 is important. So please make sure you have those zeros. If you don't, go back and put that in. We don't just start with the decimal. We put 0 decimal. Ava?
Okay, can I show you the? Whoa, I just got really dizzy. Can I show you the pattern that I see?
No, but I'm gonna ask you a question.
Okay.
Okay, wait. Actually, tell me what pattern you think you see.
Okay, I think that I see every time that there's like a new number above the 9, that's like the answer. So it's like 0.55555555555.
So Ava's saying whatever number's above the 9, that number repeats.
Yep.
I agree. But there should be a silent suspense among the audience. Check it. So, hold up. What's that first decimal place? That first 9. What does that represent? 9 tenths, right? And the second decimal place represents what? 9 hundredths, right? So, can we agree that this represents 0.99? We have 9 tenths and 9 hundredths. Can we agree, I'm asking a yes or no question, that this right now represents 0.99?
Yes.
If I cut my square into 99 little squares, or 100 little squares, 99 of them are shaded. So what's the next 9? That would be 9 thousandths. So let's look at that. So can we agree that this now equals 0.999?
Yes. That is.
Yeah, right? Because these are thousandths slivers. And now because, you know, my screen's not that great either, let's zoom. Pay attention. So that's what that upper box actually looks like, right? We still have this sliver. What's the next 9's place? So here's the question that I need you to ponder over the weekend. Does, so please write this in your notes, does 0.999 repeating forever equal 1. And I would like you to try to talk with a sibling, a parent, a somebody over the weekend on their thoughts. Now, if they don't remember what repeating decimals mean, you got to remind them. But if we have .999 and it repeats forever, does it equal 1? And with that, have a wonderful weekend, guys. Thank you, guys. You ever watch Top Gear? I always feel like I need to end my class with the whole. And on that bombshell, that's the show for this weekend. Love it. I think my favorite character is probably James May, just because the shirts he wears. What's your favorite thing they ever did?
There's a lot of good things.
Yeah.
I think the car was my favorite.
I like the big challenges. Like, did you see the one where they tried to make the amphibious car that would break the water speed record? They put a jet engine on the back of it, and it goes like walking speed. It's ridiculous.